Hello everyone, welcome to darkfaetarot. You are joining me on the end of what has been a beautiful day in Brussels. Welcome to new subscribers, welcome back to those who already know me. So yes, indeed, myself along with another, billion tarottubers have received their pre-orders on the Victorian Romantic Tarot. And I know there's been plenty of unboxings and discussions and walkthroughs and reviews and what have yous. I'm doing one too, simply because, to be quite honest with you, if I do it on camera, I actually do it. And the backstory is that this and also my Tarot of Prague arrived around the same time, and they both got dropped off to my local pickup point, which is the post office near my home. But it was the day after my fur baby passed away, and I said this to her, I didn't feel like in the mood to look at anything, to be quite honest with you. So I put everything to the side. And anyway, I thought it's time I opened them. It's time I looked at them. And so I'm going to do that on camera. So we're about a minute in and let's go straight into it. First of all, I just want to say, so this print run, by the way, is, as you all know, the backstory to the print run is basically that the Bohemian Gothic Tarot was printed and there was enough, there was some cardstock left over, sheets left over, and they had enough to do a print run of the Victorian Romantic Tarot and the Tarot of Prague. They'd asked which one we wanted, there was a vote, and basically in the end both got printed. So this version is apparently exactly the same as the version that was released in 2022, as I recall. Only the backs are different. The backs on the 2022 version are turquoise, and these are going to be kind of like a yellow color. We're going to have a look at that. So that's the big difference. Now it comes in this red wooden box. Honestly, it's divine. I fell in love with the box straight away as I opened it. It's divine. I haven't looked at the cards though, to be quite honest with you, because I decided to do that on camera, but absolutely loving the wooden box. And oh yeah, by the way, my order includes the guidebook too. So we're going to have a look at that. Okay. So let's open it, and inside we have the box. Very simple there. These are apparently extra cards that were given because sometimes there's a print issue with a few cards, so they actually gave us extras just in case there's a problem. Comes with a little booklet, which I'm just going to put to the side for now because it's a very simple booklet. And then these are the actual cards. Okay, so I've already taken them out of their plastic packaging, which they did come in initially. I'm going to put all of that to the side. I'm just going to do that, and these are the backs. Now, interestingly, every time I saw the backs in like a photo, I thought they'd be yellow, but they're actually they are yellow, but like a very pale yellow. I thought they'd be like this very strong, vibrant, like buttercup yellow, but they're not. They're kind of like a pale yellow. I still find them very, very beautiful and stunning. It would be interesting to see the turquoise, but this is the batch that I picked up. Interestingly, you might be thinking, why did you pick these up now? Why did you buy them now? And because I knew about the pre-order of the first print run in 2022 at the end of 2021. I mean, I could have bought it all then. Was I decided I didn't want the deck, and then I bought the Bohemian Gothic, and I loved it so much, I decided to pursue the rest of the babastudio decks. That's what the whole backstory is. So this is a cover card. I'm going to put it to the side, and then we're going to go through the walkthrough. Okay, so let's have a look at these together. These are kind of like my first impressions, the way, I did it with the Bohemian Gothic. And let's have a look. So, okay, so this is the Fool card. Interesting Fool card straight away. Just hold on one moment. Let me switch on an extra light in case this is not enough. Hold on 1 second. Oh, yep, I always do that mistake. There we go. I think that's going to be a bit better. Okay, so this is the Fool card that we have here. And we can see this embossed, this treatment that they've done to the cards. I really, really love his trousers, to be quite honest. I was looking at those going, yeah, so this is an interesting Fool card in the sense of the colors. That's what pops out to me straight away. The Victorian Romantic has a very, very interesting color theme. These oranges, yellows, reds, turquoises. Okay, now we have the Magician, a very, oh, there we go, there it is. A very classic looking to me. And now I see the skulls. I mean, I personally love their sense of gothic. Now there is some nudity, so I'm gonna have to be careful here. Right, I'm gonna grab this pen so I can just do this for now. Okay, sorry, I have to do that because of YouTube and censorship. So there's some nudity there. So this is the High Priestess. I can't do the shimmer too well. There we go. There we go. And yeah, I'm loving this whole cauldron thing going on. I'm sorry, I can't show the card properly. I'm gonna have to turn it over. Okay, there is a little bit there, but that's okay. This is the Empress. Again, I see this green folds, the folds of her, like a green gold. And then you have the vibrant, like lush velvet of the other material. And what strikes me very much in this photo is in the bushes at the back, how much detail there is. And that's the thing that I think that for me, I like about babastudio decks is their detail. It's something that can be very, very easily missed because we're just so eager to see the cut. But I really love here, for example, everything that's stacked up at the back. And then when I look at the card, the way that the curtain folds are there, the back of the chair. Wow, I really, really love that. And there we go. Okay, here's our Emperor. So what was that? Sorry, hold on a second. That was the Emperor. Oh, we have a second Emperor. Interesting. Don't really love this Emperor. He looks a bit lazy, but there you go. He looks a bit like he's lounging. Again, though, interesting depictions, especially at the back there. If you see there, it's the Egyptian, the glyphs at the back. Yeah, there's a lot of detail there, even at the bottom there. Okay, here we have our Hierophant, very classic looking. Yeah, again, I find it interesting here that, it's not them looking towards him. They're almost as if they're actually just busy listening to him and studying at the same time as he explains things. I love the sunflower detail here at the bottom. Okay, here's our Lovers cards. Very classic looking again. I love her clothing. I love her hair. I love that veil and the attention to detail in the veil. And of course the flowers again. How much detail there is in those. Interesting what he's looking at. He's looking at those flowers. Okay, and a second set of Lovers. And oh, I like this one. I love the Eros here. The full moon. And the fact that they almost feel like, yeah, they're floating. Wow, what a Lover's card. Okay, here comes our Chariot. I'm going to try and speed this up a bit. And yeah. I'm just, oh wow, what a strength card. What a strength card. Yeah, I need to see what's going on here. What's going on there? Wow. Okay, here's our Hermit. Oh, he looks a little bit sad and also quite thin. Interesting. Here's our Wheel of Fortune. This is the first time I'm actually properly looking at the deck, by the way. I haven't even done I've never looked at a full walkthrough. So I have bought it a bit blind, and we have again nudity. So I'm going to have to cover her up a little bit there. That's the only way I can do this. It's the Justice card, sorry. Yeah. Okay, here's a hanged man. Hanged person, I would feel. Oh, interesting person here. And so she's walking. Yeah. It's a spectacle going on. We're in the theatre. So she's entertainment. Here comes our Death. What an interesting depiction of death. Because he's holding the skull. And then we have this angel rising above. Reminds me a little bit of like a Judgment card at the same time. But that is the Angel of Death. Yeah. Oh, look. So that's where the gold printing is. The gold stamping is. I just noticed the hands there. Okay, here's our temperance, very classic temperance. I like to see the flow of like the waters or the liquids or the chemicals that she's mixing. But I love the wings there. Very nicely done. And again, look at the birds there rising. Here's a devil card, and I actually have to say I love this devil card. I'm so glad we have this as the devil card. I'm glad I have this choice. It wasn't removed. And here's a different depiction. Very interesting again. Sorry, I'm going to have to cover it because it is nudity. Oh, look at that. Look at those apples shining. Or I don't know what it is. Some kind of fruit. No, maybe it's not apples. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just roses. Okay. Here comes our Tower card. Okay, very classic looking for me. And here's our Star card, a beautiful Star card. I've seen this quite a lot of times. Very simple, but beautiful. Okay, and here comes our Moon card. Oh, I like that. I like that shimmer that goes on there. But we have no moon. Isn't that interesting? It's a dark moon. And here comes our Sun card. And again, we have no sun. We just know that it's a bright day. Again, I just love this detail. Can you see that? Yeah. I love this card stamping. I have to say, I'm a sucker for it. I also feel for some reason like these cards are slightly thicker than the Bohemian Gothic, but I probably am wrong because it's a cardstock from the Bohemian Gothic. Oh, look at that Judgment. Okay. And here comes the World. Oh, beautifully done with that card stamping. Oh, I really like the bow on the flower basket. Yeah, it's all very romantic. Okay, here's an Ace of Wands. Let me put that to the side. Wow, that flame that he's controlling. That angel. Here's our Two of Wands. I like that this is a lady looking out. The feather in her hands. And here's our Three of Wands. Oh, interesting, that dragon and the trumpet, the call. The ships are coming in. Okay, here's our Four of Wands. And the Fives. There's an argument about to ensue. Not looking happy there. Here's our Six. What are they carrying there? Hold on a second. Okay, so these are, sorry, I was thinking, what is that? Those are some kind of flags at the back. Again, it's the detail I absolutely love. Here's our Seven of Wands. Beautifully done. And our Eight. Oh, I like that. I like that. Is it a stag or a caribou? I don't know. Beautiful. Here's our Nine of Wands. Oh, I remember the Nine of Wands. And I think this is a different Nine of Wands from the original Victorian Romantic, but I might be wrong there. And here's our 10. Oh, she's carrying a baby. This is beautiful. Oh, I really love that. Oh, that's a beautiful 10 of Wands. There's a child at the back as well. And here's our Page. Looking a bit smug, actually. Page of Wands, and here's our Knight. Okay. So here's the Queen. She looks quite docile, actually. I like that Queen of Wands, though. Got a small little dog there. Instead of the cat. And here's our King of Wands. Okay. Interesting king. Holding court. Okay, so here's our Ace of Cups. We're into the cups already. Again, there's two people. It's an interesting lovers ace card. Yeah, it reminds me of the lovers actually. Here's our two. Beautiful. Well, it is the Victorian romantic. So, oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Doesn't that look gorgeous? It is the Victorian romantic. And here's our three. Looks a bit debauched, doesn't it? Oh, I love the detail in this. And here's our four. Interesting take on the four. With the lanterns there as well. Okay, and here's our 5 of Cups, looking very forlorn, very sad. Oh, look at that. And look what's going on behind her. Here's our 6 of Cups, that nostalgia. And here's our 7. Interesting take on the 7. I wonder what that's all about. I'm going to have to read about that maybe. Maybe that could be the card that we read. And here's our 8 of Cups. Moving on. Here's our 9. Very interesting take on the cups actually. But it is, you know, the cups are going to be very important for this particular deck because it is a Victorian romantic. But yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. 10 of Cups. And then we have our page here. Oh, I remember seeing this one a lot. That's beautifully done. Our Knight. Interesting what's going on behind him. This romantic, this fantasy person. Here's our Queen. Very interesting. Queen of Cups. Oh, and look at her cup. Look how that's been done. Here is our King of Cups. I'm interested in understanding how they put together these depictions, how they put together these illustrations. Okay, so here's our Ace of Swords for this particular deck. Here's our 2. I personally want to see the swords in the hands. I find it interesting to see the swords when we're in swords. Okay, here's our 3. Oh, that's sad. But again, I do need to see some swords. I really do feel that way. Here's a 4. And here's a 5 of Swords. I like that one. I do find that quite funny. I love the costumes that they're wearing. Here's our 6 of Swords. Okay, and here's our 7. Okay, I do like that again. Here's our 8 of Swords. Interesting. She's not blindfolded this time. I do like the ship in the background and the moonlight. And here's our 9 of Swords. I do like this 9 of Swords quite a lot. Yeah, that sleepwalking. Oh yeah, that is quite a scary 9 of Swords actually. Here's our 10. Oh, that's quite sad. I don't know what you're seeing there, but there you go. Here's a Page of Swords. Oh my God, wow. I really like that page. I love that. I love the detail. Oh yeah, I'm really, really liking it. The Page of Swords is becoming a very important card for me because of the fact that last year it was my Stalker card and she's back this year as well actually. So I'm okay with the page. Oh wow, yeah, that's beautiful. Here's our Knight. A very Archangel Michael reminiscent kind of thing for me. Look at the horse, wow. Here's our Queen of Swords. She's on the cover of the book as well, like that queen. And here's our King of Swords. Okay. So we're finally into the Pentacles. Is this, no, yeah. We have the Pentacles and then, yeah, this deck feels thicker than the Bohemian Gothic. Isn't that strange? Here's the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, she's beautiful. Here's our 2. Oh, I like that. Again, look at the detail. The poise, everything. Here's our 3 of Pentacles. Oh, that's beautiful. And here's our 4 of Pentacles. Interesting 4 of Pentacles. Here's our 5. So it's interesting how we don't really actually, in this deck, yeah, as usual, we don't actually see the elements so much, but for some reason, I don't know why, but in this one, I wanted to see them a bit more. Our 6 of Pentacles, our 7. Yeah, right, 8 of Pentacles, yeah. And that's a beautiful 10 of Pentacles. Look at her hat. And the jewelry, her necklace, everything, the flowers. Here's our 10. Here's our page. Looking for a bit of fall on actually there. And again, look at the background. Look at the way it's been ornately done. Here's our 9 of Pentacles. And here's our Queen. Oh, that's a beautiful Queen of Pentacles. I like that. Look again at the buildings at the back. Oh, yeah. Here's another Queen of Pentacles. Oh, look at the kitten. Oh. And here's our King. Okay, so I think this deck has been beautifully done. And what was the card that I said that I need to look at that? I think it was the 7 of Cups. But we've opened up onto the 3 of Cups. Let's have a look at the 3 of Cups. It's meant to be. This is the card that we're going to be looking at. So this is the guidebook. And this guidebook, I'm just looking at it first time. We have an introduction. About the art, the structure of the companion book, changes to the new edition, diversity, a short history of tarot, learning the tarot, spread styles. Again, just so well done. So much detail. I really am so glad I invest in the books. I always say that. I'm so glad I do invest in the book. Oh, look, it just opened up to 3 of Cups. Naturally. Okay, so let's have a look at what it says about the 3 of Cups. Harmony, collaboration, mutual celebration, and rejoicing. Friendship, comradeship, a harmonious group of people, community, and cooperation. Inspiration from the muses, enjoyment in the company of others. Suggestions for reversals, it says, a collaboration works, but not as well as it ought to. Problems with group dynamics. You feel lonely and can't find a suitable group to work or socialize with. Too much competition, too little cooperation. Inspiration fails, feeling alone and left out. Okay, so let's see how long it is. Oh, you get quite a bit there. Let's have a look. Okay, it says, the creativity and warmth of collaboration is the essence of the 3 of Cups. The card is about the pleasure of doing things in partnership with another person or working with a group. It traditionally shows 3 women, and so it's sometimes considered to apply especially, though not exclusively, to the cooperation of women. It particularly applies to creative work, so it may point out to actors, artists, writers, or musicians working together. But it can equally be about less exalted creations, maybe simply the joy of cooking a meal or planting a garden with others. In business, it can sometimes indicate more corporate or formal working methods such as teamwork, collaborative groups, or mergers. But as a Cups card, it's most likely to be about cooperation that involves feelings, emotions, and artistic sensibilities. It's often about the sheer simple pleasure of doing things with other people. The Victorian romantic version of this card shows a wild evening at a cafe or a dance hall. The women seem to be taking center stage while the men look on. It's a sense of fun, celebration, and some abandonment, but the women look in control of themselves. They may be slightly tipsy, but they are mostly having harmless fun, both supporting and enjoying one another's company. In a reading, the Three of Cups points to a situation in which the group or team becomes more than the sum of its parts. And as the scene on the card shows, this can be something as simple as the fun of party or a get together. Yeah, so I quite like that. Sorry, that was a bit all over the place out of focus on camera. And then here it says sources. And it shows you actually where it was taken from. Adapted from a painting by American illustrator and artist Seymour M. Stone titled A Ball in German Theatre in Munich. That is the can-can. The idea of its dance is as wildly, as noisily, as furiously as you can. Expose yourself as much as possible if you are a woman and kick as high as you can, no matter which sex you belong to. This is no word of exaggeration in this. Mark Twain, The Innocents Abroad. Oh wow, isn't that fun? So you really have also where this is taken from and then the full painting. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased and glad I bought the book. It just is beautiful. As usual for me, Babastudio really just knocks it out of the park. Now, I appreciate they're not decks for perhaps everybody, or, it really is a personal choice, and these are big investments. So I won't turn around and say, oh yeah, it's fine, everyone should have one of these. No, because they are big investments. For me, I'm really glad that I had the chance to procure this, especially as I didn't do it on the first print run, which was my own fault, especially as I announced it and then on my channel, and then I didn't myself buy it. So I'm so glad I managed to buy it. I really, really love what they've done with this deck. I love that red, that pop of red. It's really, there's something about the style of creation of this studio which really speaks to me. Perhaps because I have a very, I've lived on continental Europe, especially for so long. There's something about being in a city that's originally formed by the Romans, where I live. There's something very old school where I am, that these decks really pick up that vibrancy of where I live, and I love that. It just feels like they're my home. They're echoing sentiments that I see in my daily life. That's the best way I can put it. So yeah, I'm so glad I did get this. Thank you for joining me for this walkthrough as well. My fur baby did pass away. It's been just over 10 days now, but it's been a bit of a time for me to also just come out of that shell. And I'm so grateful again that I've got something to do here, keep me occupied. And thank you for joining me if you did. I know it's been done a lot of time, this walkthrough, but thank you for joining me anyway if you did. I will see you all soon. I will be doing a Tarot of Prague walkthrough as well. So we'll see you soon. But until then, take care and have a wonderful week wherever you are.